Hi everyone, my name is Floria. I'm currently a sophomore. I'm studying computer science and political science, and I'm really excited to see all of you on campus sometime in the distant future. Before we get started, make sure that you are on Brown's TurboVote website, which is at brown.turbovote.org. And another important note to make before we start the process of requesting your absentee ballot is that each state has different requirements and procedures with requesting an absentee ballot. So don't worry if the questions that you are being prompted on your screen are different than what's being shown in this video, unless you live in Rhode Island. There are also many options to voting by mail, especially with COVID-19. So I would recommend checking your state's voting policies. You can find out more by going to brownvotes.org. And now we're ready to get started. And the first thing on the agenda is filling out your name. And today we're going to be helping Bluno, a slightly controversial bear statue on campus, request their absentee ballot. So Bluno, bear, call me Bluno. And now we're ready to continue. So TurboVote is really great. It can send you reminders either via text or via email. And we are going to do email today. And let's continue. So are you registered to vote? If you're not registered to vote, make sure to watch Helen's video on how to register to vote through TurboVote. And so, yes, we are registered to vote. Okay, so where are you registered to vote? Because Bluno doesn't actually have a physical address, we're going to use another controversial landmark, the Sci-Li, which lives on 201 Thayer Street. And this is Providence, Rhode Island. The zip code is 02912. And we're ready to continue. So have you moved since you last registered to vote? So if you have changed your name, changed your party, or changed your mailing address, then you would need to update your voter registration. And if you haven't need to change your registration, then hang tight. I will let you know when we're back on the same track. So let's hit yes. And let's say we change the address to across the street, McMillan, which lives on 167 Thayer Street. Everything else is the same, so we can continue. Okay, so Rhode Island actually offers online voter registration. Again, not every state offers online voter registration, so don't worry if you don't see this screen. We're actually going to register online. So now it takes us to this website, and you will just follow all of these instructions, and yeah, you should be able to register to vote. And if voting online or registering to vote online is not an option for you, I would highly recommend checking out Helen's video on how to register to vote. And so now we are going to go back to TurboVote. Okay, and now, okay, so did you finish the online voter registration process? We're going to select yes. Okay, so if you did not need to update your voter registration, you should be on this page, which is asking for your party affiliation. We're going to select none, continue. Okay, so your next election is on Tuesday, September 8th, 2020. So the deadline has passed. The deadline to register and vote in the Tuesday, September 8th, 2020 election was Sunday, August 9th, 2020. So basically what this means, if you needed to update your registration or if you weren't already registered by August 9th, 2020, you can't vote in this specific election, but you can definitely vote in the November 2020 election. But if you were already registered or you Yeah, if you were already registered or you didn't need to change your voter registration, then you can vote in this election and you can request your absentee ballot. So how do you plan to cast your ballot? Bluno, being a statue and all, would prefer to vote by mail. So we're going to select. And Rhode Island is a no excuse absentee voting state. So we would select option 4, which is I may not be able to vote at my polling place in my city or town on the day of the election. And awesome. Okay, so TurboVote is really great. It can actually mail your forms to you, including a pre-addressed, prepaid envelope to mail your completed forms to your local election official. But we're actually going to print and mail our own forms. Okay, so final steps are, did you submit your information on Rhode Island's online voter registration? And if you were unable to do so, you can always register to vote by mailing a completed paper registration form and confirm your voter registration status. And to receive your absentee ballot, you would need to first download and print and complete your absentee ballot request application. And you would fill it out. You would mail your completed application to your local election official by August 18th, 2020. And you would then check the status of your application. So if your application is approved, then your local election official will send you your ballot and you would use that ballot to vote. So yeah, this is how you will request your absentee ballot through TurboVote. If any of those steps weren't clear, or if you have more questions, or if you want additional help, then feel free to email us. You can find out more information at brownvotes.org. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and we really hope that you mail your absentee ballot so you can be civically engaged like Bluno.